1, 2, 3, test, 1, 2, 3, test. 1, 2, 3, test. Ah, ça commence.
Good evening, everyone. We're going to start this first post-match media conference with Uruguay. We have here on the top table Captain Andres Villaseca and Coach Esteban Meneses. You have interpretation available. Please remember to raise your hand and wait for the microphone to ask your question. First question, please.
A los dos, Andrés y Esteban.
A question for both of you. This defeat, which earned you the applause of the stadium, you told us before that you'd come onto the field to win the game, and you're convinced that you could have won it. So what is your assessment of the game? Well, it's a positive assessment. We came here to win, to play on an even playing field with France. So we really prepared for this World Cup. We came here to write a page of history. We still have a lot of things to improve in terms of our play, so we will continue to work in this way, because I believe that today we demonstrated that we're on the right path, and we will carry on that path. Hello, everybody. The first comment that comes to my mind is the number of journalists I see here. Compared to the press conference for our team announcements, we only saw 2 people. So I just wanted to highlight how few journalists were there. Secondly, I'm very proud of this team. Maybe for some, this was a surprise. They might have imagined that this was a historic game, but for us within the group, we know we are well prepared, and we've been prepared for a long time. We came here today to win, to beat France with everything that this involves. We need to be quite aware of what's just happened. Over 4 years, Uruguay has only played a Tier 1 team once. And today we played the number 3 team in the world playing at home. And I think only 10 minutes from the end, we were at 13-12. We were only down by 1 point. So this might surprise some, but for us, it's clear that we are able to match any team. A question for both of you. The key element in this triumph for me, because for me, you played with an enormous amount of character and intelligence. For you, what was the key for this success? I think the key element is confidence, the confidence that we have within this group. This is a group that has self-belief, that believes in what we're doing. We've worked in our offensive and defensive systems since we've been together as a group. And from there, it's all about playing. There's no big secret. You need to trust the work that you've done, the important work that you've done. And I think that Uruguay today expressed itself, showed its colours. I think if we're able to play more competitions with the number of teams that with the players that we have within our union, I think we'll continue to grow, and this is the way forward. I agree. I'll come back on what I said earlier. I really believe that playing on an equal footing with France in a World Cup, this clearly shows the quality that we have in our side. 2 minutes from the end, we were still in possession of the ball. What we need is more competition. This team has no competition. It's a question of being able to play high-level competitions, and that's why we came here. We came here to write a page of history, and today's game is a first step in that direction. And it's really, truly a great joy, a great pleasure for me daily to be the leader of this team. Again, congratulations to both of you. A question for Esteban. Now, in terms of the ruck and the maul in defence, I believe there's probably still work to be done. Well, in terms of the scrum, that's where evidently they started to hurt us, and that's where we started conceding penalties. And we improved slowly, but we still need to work on the scrum because these penalties cost us and kept us from keeping possession of the ball and playing a quick game. And of course, we were also penalised by the penalties that we gave away. So we'll need to improve this against Italy. In terms of our defence against them all, it was a key point. We worked on this very hard in training, and today things worked in the way that we had in training, thanks to the passion we put into it. From our maul coach all the way down throughout all of the teams. So we're very proud of what we did against one of the best teams in the world, one of the teams that is pretending to the title. We defended every ball in the maul. Well, if you're talking about penalties, we're also talking about the confidence that we have. Coming back on some of the decisions, maybe we should have tried to slow the game down a little bit to get a breather, but that's the way we played. During the whole week, we told ourselves we had to play, we had to go out and play, we had to bring our desire onto the field. It's not just a question of individual decisions. My deputy captain and the rest of my group, every time I look at them, we look at each other and we trust each other. We have faith. And that's how we were able to fight. We still had a favourable situation 8 minutes from the end. So at the end of the day, we have no regrets. And I like to praise the work that our defensive players played. They did some extraordinary work. A question for Andres. So the final moments, the final minutes, what did you think of those? Because seen from the outside, you looked stronger in the final minutes. It looked like you could have gone and scored. So what was happening in those final minutes? Can you confirm that you felt stronger in your heads than your opponents did in those final minutes? Well, yes, we showed we had a lot of confidence by holding France off. There were two errors that might have been crucial in the game. I lost the ball and there was another mistake that cost us dear. But at this level, that's what happens in the scrum. But once again, we have nothing to reproach ourselves for. I'm happy with all the decisions we took on the field. We felt on an even keel, on an even level with our opponents. To be at 1 point down to France when they're at home, what that shows is really quite spectacular, and I'd like to insist on the pride and the emotion that this team creates. My question, and I will do it the Italian way because I'm close to Italy, as you know. I believe you played in Parma a year ago. What Italian team are you expecting to meet in your next game as opponents? I'm expecting an Italian team that has continued to progress thanks to the level of competition that they can play in. There'll be a very confident team in attack. It will be a good game. It will be a balanced game, I believe. We trust in ourselves. We've worked very hard, and that's what we will try to do. Match them. I agree with my coach. Now we can turn towards the game against Italy, and we really want to write a page of history. I'm convinced, we're all convinced, that today's game was just one step, one stage in our journey. We know Italy is a very hard team, as the coach said. It's a team that's made a lot of progress, and they're very confident. We know their potential. So what was the, if France is the best team possible that you could play, in terms of you wanting to write a page of history, what was the value of this game for you? Well, it was huge, because when the games were drawn and we saw this game in front of us, we knew that being able to play a match with such confidence, to come out, to be able to play and to play to match France was our goal. That was the key to the game, and it's a game that has given us an awful lot of information to learn from our mistakes and not repeat them against Italy, because we know that at this level any mistake can cost you dearly. That's what we need, and that's what we are asking of our players. So we've shown that we can match France, and that's what we'll be doing against Italy as well. We talked about it already in Montevideo. This match against France was going to be a determining, crucial game for us. We had 3 preparation games, but that has nothing to do with the level of today's game. So today's game will be huge in terms of building up some confidence, and it happens the way we wanted it to. We all left the field in good physical condition. So now we will start preparing for the game against Italy. But I really want to insist on the level we've demonstrated today. Yes, by matching France fills us with confidence. Thank you, gentlemen.
Muchas gracias.
And move on to the France team post-match media conference.
Sí, sí, sí.